Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Ascension Parish Board of Adjustment meeting of February 26th. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll proceed with roll call of members. Mr. Brad Walker.
Here.
Mr. Bryce Cox.
Here.
Mr. Kathy Desideer. Did I get it right this time?
Yeah, Miss Kathy Desideer. Yes.
And, of course, I'm here, Howard Dalton, the chairman. We'll move on to the public comment period. This is a period where anyone can speak regarding the function of this board. This is not an opportunity to speak for or against a given agenda item. Are there anybody? I guess not. We'll move on. Could I have a motion regarding the acceptance of the minutes for February 26th?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, like sign. Minutes are approved. Could I have a motion regarding the written decisions for February 25th?
So moved.
Do I have a second? All opposed? All for? Say aye.
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 All opposed? You're not voting?
Well, I have to think. I mean, I wasn't at last meeting, so I don't know if they're correct or not. I would assume they're correct.
Okay.
So I would say aye.
All right. Let's see. The variances. Our first variance is ID number 1856, Lot 75, Bayou View Estates. Second filing for Stephen G. Armelin? That would be you, sir? Okay, if you could come forth, sign in, and tell us why you think this should be granted.
Good evening, board. Good evening, board.
Good evening.
My name is Steve Arm. I'm at 39138 Old Bayou Avenue, Gonzales, Louisiana. I'm in the process of building a 30 by 30 garage, and I'm requesting a variance of 15 feet from the center of the servitude.
Lance, I have a question on it real quick. On the front it says 15 feet from the rear property line. And then on the, it says the minimum is 20. And then on the application, he's saying the building is 15 feet off the servitude. Okay, so I'm a little confused there. If it's 20 feet from the rear property line, then he's in compliance. He doesn't need a variance.
No, he's 15 feet from his property line.
Okay,
So are we saying
He's saying the center of the servitude is the center of his lot.
okay, so the drawing's not correct then.
The drawing's correct. It's just where it says 15 feet from the building setback, 7.5. That's not correct. The 15 feet should show from this building all the way to the property line.
Okay, so he would be within 5 feet of the servitude then. If there's a 15-foot servitude,
But it's 7.5 on each side.
I have
We mean 7.5.
Well, what it is that the servitude goes down the center of it. So the servitude is 7.5 on each side. So there's 7.5 on lot 75, and then 7.5 on the lot behind it, whatever lot that is.
yeah, that's lot 45 would be 7.5. That would be the
Right, see, like 7.5 each, like 7.5 from here to here.
okay, I got you. So the servitude is not 15 foot on lot 75 then. Okay, that's where I was getting confused. I apologize. I do see where it was on the other lot there.
So that 15-foot that's between that building setback line right there, that's not an accurate figure on that drawing?
That'd be 7.5 feet.
no, that's exactly 15 feet from the where it said building setback line. That's where my building at. Now you see the other lines that have the dots in between. You're looking at two lines. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right.
The one that's further to the that's furthest to the home is the 15 feet building setback line. That's where
So
the building
then-
is sitting right there on that line.
So then, Lance, is it 22.5 from the property line?
No, it's 15 feet from the property line.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but the building setback
It's 20 feet.
is 20 feet.
That's
so
correct.
he's asking for a 5-foot
5 foot.
variance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you only need it for the rear property line.
Yes, ma'am.
And is this garage already under construction?
Yes, it is.
How far along are you?
All I have to do is put the doors up at this point.
Okay. And when did you find out that you were too close?
Well, we was in process. I had a contractor. He was doing the work. I thought he had permits and all, and we shut the job down at that point. I talked to the building inspector about it, and he told me what needed to be done. I had looked in my, I had personally pulled the slab myself. When I looked at it, being on the 15 feet property line, I thought I was correct, and also I thought the contractor had the building permit. So it was a miscommunication on that part and miscommunication on my part. And that's why I started, when I pulled the slab, I thought everything was in place.
Well,
Yes.
in looking at this picture and the dimensions shown on here, I would venture to guess that this 15-foot dimension is to the edge of the slab, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, then we've got the overhang, which is the roof overhang,
Should be a foot or two.
which how much overhang do
foot.
you have?
A foot.
So that changes the amount of variance needed, does it not?
6 foot?
He needs, yeah,
He
6
would need
foot.
at least a 6-foot
Yeah, you
variance.
need 6 foot if it's overhang.
Missed that.
Yeah, I missed it.
That's correct.
Right there.
That's correct. He'll need about a 6 foot. And then you do realize that on that side right there, you're getting closer and closer to the servitude. Okay, so you won't be able to you won't be able to put a shed, leaning shed, or
Yes,
anything on
sir.
that side because of that servitude. You'll be pretty close.
Yes, sir.
Well, we can make that adjustment to 6 feet. too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there an overhang on the side of his building as well? Because he's all the way to that side setback too. it
Are you
looks
talking about the
like.
back? or
The back side of the building.
No, right here. Is that a setback line too? And it looks like it's running on that setback line.
Where?
She's
on the
talking about like
side.
this line right here.
On this line?
That's the 5-foot setback right here.
Okay, there.
Are you
And I'm
on
6
top of
I'm-
the
I'm
5-foot setback line?
Ma'am, I'm 6.5.
Okay, so you're okay on
yes,
that?
ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Motion to open public hearing.
Second.
Okay, public hearing is open. Is there anyone who wishes to speak for or against this?
Close
Okay.
public hearing.
Second.
Okay, public hearing is closed. Board members, any more comments, questions, or concerns that you want to direct to this applicant?
I mean, I'll make a motion to approve it due to it is a corner lot, and you know how I feel about corner lots. The sides are 5 and the back is 20 just because it's a corner lot. This is a corner lot.
Yes, sir, it is.
So I think a 6-foot variance is not that much. He's still going to be 15 feet.
Well, before we go further, I'd just like to make sure I understand what your hardship is. You and the contractor miscommunicated?
Yes, sir, we did. I thought he was getting a permit, and I went ahead and I had pulled the slab, and they built on it. At this point, I'm at work, and then I realized they didn't have a permit or a license for Ascension Parish. Now, mind you, this is a national company that built this garage, but they needed license and all in Ascension Parish, which eventually wind up taking care of that.
This is real technical, but do we want to make it like 6.5 feet just so we're not right up against it or whatever?
Lance, you want to make
I
a
don't know how much.
recommendation?
He's saying the overhang is 1 foot exactly.
Yes, sir. It's 1 foot.
If it's exactly, then you need to make the minimum,
Okay.
request
Okay.
that you can give him.
So 6 feet is correct. Okay. I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve it with a 6-foot
6-foot variance.
variance as opposed to the 5-foot. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Sir, your variance is granted.
Thank you.
The next agenda item is Review ID 1857, Lot 6A2, Gold Place subdivision for Adam Laporte. The applicant come forth, sign in, and explain this request and give us your unique circumstances and any hardship.
My name is Joey Gyro, 42291 Black Bayou Road. Mr. Laporte was unable to be here tonight. He's working shift work and was unable to get off. Basically, what he's applying for, he has one of the bigger lots in Gold Place subdivision, which is actually runs along Gold Place Road and Leo Lambert Road in Sanamo. Most of the lots in that make up that subdivision are 80 to 82 foot wide lots, and he had a lot that was 167 feet. So he was just trying to conform and stay consistent with the lots surrounding it that are adjacent to it. That's why he's applying for the variance to cut out one 87 and a half foot lot where his house currently sits, and then an 80 foot wide lot on side of it. And each one of these lots are over 6/10 of an acre.
Do the board members have any questions directed to this applicant?
What's the reason in splitting the lot?
The truthful reasoning is I'm actually looking to purchase that lot. I'm actually a real estate agent, been looking for land in that area for a long time to build my personal home for my wife and my 19-month-old son. And I'm sure y'all are aware of the real estate and land prices these days. Well, out in that area, it's very difficult to find any land of this caliber, what I was looking for. And I actually approached him, and he agreed to have it subdivided if it could get approved. And my plans are, if y'all approve it, to start building on it immediately.
And the other lots in this subdivision are roughly 80 feet?
Well, the lot directly west of it, adjacent to the property, is 80 feet, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots to the east of it are 82 feet, and then these string of about 8 lots on Leo Lambert Road are roughly 80 feet as well. And those are all make up the Gold Place subdivision.
Just one quick question. You said that you're going to be building a house on this piece of property should you purchase it?
Yes, sir.
After he subdivides it. Looking at this, there's a flood boundary in the back of it, so
Yes.
there's enough room in the front, or are you going to be coming back to us again looking for some type of variance to be able to build back there, or which I don't know that we can give. But
No, my understanding is that's in the flood zone. I was just planning to build up above the flood elevation and pay flood insurance.
Yeah, it's just a flood zone designation.
Okay.
It's just flood zone A.
I just want to make sure he was aware of that because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
before he gets it and then they subdivide this and then come back to us a month later or something.
I wasn't aware at the time when I looked at it, but the survey made me aware of it.
Right.
It's no problem. I
Okay.
live in a flood zone now.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that you were aware of that. Just it's best to have your eyes open on the front end,
Yes, sir.
I move we open. Oh, well, I'll second your motion.
Okay, the public hearing is open. Is there anyone who wishes to speak for or against this?
Move we close public hearing?
I'll second.
Public hearing is closed. Are there any comments, concerns from any board members?
I'll make a motion that we accept the variance as written due to the fact that it is consistent with that area, with the neighborhood. If you look at the lot next to it, I'm not sure if it was the east or the west, but if you look at the lot next to it, it's 80 feet. So I don't think we're doing anything that's out of kilter for that area.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. You got your variance, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. We don't have any old business? I don't think.
Well, how about did we just get an update on the farm?
It will come out. We had to publish
Yeah.
it. Should be ready for the next
Yes.
month, right?
Yes, it's ready. I'm distributing it to people that come in right now that are requesting.
What's that?
And it's online also.
Distributing it.
Oh, okay.
I have it on our website also.
New business. I have one item. I'd like to solicit from board members here, and I'll be getting with the ones that are absent, comments and ideas so we can generate a set of bylaws. It's come to my attention that we as a board do not have any kind of bylaws, which I've been very strongly informed we should have. So if we could just get the comments, and then I want to put it on the agenda for next meeting.
This is
Lance?
something that we need to have on there? We're not governed by the charter or whatever, the home rule charter?
No, the charter, I mean, each group has its own bylaws. I think
Okay.
the simpler the better, but it's good
Right.
to have some.
Okay.
We need to have something.
Okay, that's fine.
So if we could put that on the agenda for next meeting as a new business.
Now, does the other planning and zoning have bylaws?
Planning and zoning has a set of bylaws.
So is there something that we could look at as a reference or a model for us?
Yeah, I'm sure there's something.
yeah.
We can find something.
You can if
Yes,
you
sir.
want.
That's what I'm saying. Could you email us a copy of it?
Yeah, I can find something and send to you. Yes, sir.
Just send me an email just so I have something to look at. Maybe we could just model it after that
Yeah.
and be done.
We'll see if you say that after you read it.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what's
Find
supposed
us
to
the
be
shortest set.
I have no idea what's supposed to be on. So
Do we have anything else?
make a motion we adjourn.
Do I hear a
Second.
second?
I'll second it.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank everyone for attending.